Hey y'all, welcome to the Looking Glass Tarot. I want to do this reading on Jennifer Dulos. She's a missing mom of 5 children. She was 50 years old when she went missing on May 24th, 2019. And she was last seen on a Friday driving her black Chevy Suburban in New Canaan, Connecticut. She was reported missing by her friends who said that they had not heard from her in about 10 hours. Her vehicle was located, but she was not in it. There was a silver alert issued for her. And in 2017, she filed for divorce from her husband, her estranged husband. And I believe that she was in a custody battle when she disappeared, but I am not completely sure about that. So let's see what we have around the energy of Jennifer. What happened the day Jennifer went missing? Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is standing your ground, being on the defensive. So she probably was standing her ground and being defensive that day. I feel like that her disappearance, I feel like she fought back. I mean, she just didn't give up. But I feel like she was like that all the time. She always felt she had to be on the defensive, standing her ground. She always felt like it was, she always had to watch her back, I feel like. That's why it's the Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands here. The Seven of Wands here. The Hierophant. So the Hierophant could be legal advice. It could be counselor. It could be just a wise person that you go to for advice. But I do feel like she had a counselor. Not only do I feel like she had a legal counselor, as in a lawyer or somebody representing her, but I also felt like she maybe had to go to counseling because of all the things that she had been through. I also feel a little bit on the fact that she might have been about to get custody of her children. I feel like she was on the closer to the edge of getting custody of them, because I feel like she was going to win her case against her husband. I feel like she would have been like, I don't know if they do this now, sole custody, but the kids would have been primarily in her custody, is what I feel like. The Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is emotional loss, not being able to let go of emotional loss. But I feel like, because I did get it in sideways, so I feel like she was working on that. I mean, I feel like she had been hurt a lot, and emotionally she had been hurt a lot, and physically I feel like she had been hurt a lot, but I also feel like she was working her way through that, and she was getting better with that. Let's see why the Five of Cups is here. See why the Five of Cups is here. See why the Five of Cups is here. Five of Cups here. Yep. Too many one at a time. The Five of Cups here. There we go. Three of Cups. So this is celebration. This is, I don't know if she had a birthday. One of her kids was having a birthday. I don't know if she was having a friend celebration, a party celebration, or some type of get together she was getting ready to go to. So, and I feel like she was moving towards getting better, healing. And I feel like she did have friends around her that, because obviously they reported her missing, but I feel like she had genuine friends around her. This can also be 3 people around her that were talking like that were not her friends, that were gossiping, saying things that weren't true. I do kind of feel like that's both in her, around her. I do feel like there was some rumors, gossiping, and things around her, but I feel like it was against her and it was not true. But I feel like there was 3 main people that were associated with that. But I do feel like she had friends around her that were good, and I do feel like she was going to some type of celebration for one of her friends. It could have been a family member. I'm just feeling like it was more friend celebration, but I could be wrong. It could be a birthday for one of her children. So the Five of Wands is a conflict, an argument, a disagreement. This can be at work, but this is normally 5 people that are associated with you, that are probably around you more than other people are. That's why I said sometimes it can be associated with work, because you're with people, these same people all the time. I do feel like with the moon being there, it was a lot of things hidden from her. Like she wasn't being told certain things, and I feel like she was being lied to. Like she was being told one thing, but it was really another. And I feel like the estranged husband was trying to make her think he was working with her, like he was going to not, fight the custody thing. He was going to like just agree to what they said and just have his time when he had his time. So I feel like he was kind of lying to her. Like he was telling her one thing, but he was meaning another. Let's see if one of the Five of Wands is here. Conflict, disagreement, dissension. One's the Five of Wands here. But I feel like it with the Five of Wands, it started out like as petty stuff, but then it escalated into bigger stuff. Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is here for heartbreak, deceit, deception. It's also the end of something. So I feel like she was deceived. I feel like she was deceived that day. Like, I almost feel like he told her he wanted to meet her to discuss the custody, and and they would work it out, and that things would be better. And I feel like he just deceived her in that. Almost to the point I feel like he was talking to her through the window, distracting her, and then somebody got into the vehicle with her, and that's how they got her. That's just me. That's just the feeling that I am getting. What's the Three of Swords here? So this deception and this heartbreak brought in the Death card, which is a change. It's a change you see coming, but it's not a change that is a mystery to you. Whatever actions you take are going to cause a change. And so I feel like with the Three of Swords here, this was the end of something also, and deception, and then it brought in a change with the Death card, which is the ending of something and the beginning of something else. But it is brought on by the change you made. The Moon. So the Moon is about deceptions, not things not being seen. You can only see what's in front of you. You see how the wolf is standing there alone, so it's like the lone wolf. So I do feel like she was deceived, told something else, and then brought, I feel like she just thought it was her and him talking, and that's not ended up how it was. Because you see with the Death card, you see that the one going up toward the sky, so that is your ending of something. And then you have the Moon here along with the Three of Swords, which for me is deception. deception and not seeing things clearly. It can also be the subconscious bothering you, like, what you did was wrong, but, it doesn't matter, with the moon here. It's deception. It might bother you a little, but you did plan it, and it was deception planned. Let's see what else is here. And I also feel 3 people with the 3 of Swords here. I feel like there's, and you have the 3 of Cups here. So I do feel like 3 people were most probably involved. Justice. So justice is karma. What comes around goes around. This is, it can be justice for you, as in, I'm going to get justice. I'm going, legally justice comes in for you, like you're on the winning side of it, because it's justice is your karma. What you put out there is what you get back. And so I do feel like with justice being here, she is getting some sort of justice, because he has been arrested. His estranged husband has been arrested. And then the other 2 people, I feel it's going to happen slower. I think the ex-girlfriend has also been arrested, but I feel like there's one more in the disappearance of her, and they all 3 did play a big role in it. So it's not like one did any. I mean, they all 3 played a big part. So the 8 of Wands is headed in a different direction. So I do feel like justice is heading. I feel like they are heading toward justice. I do feel like it's going to take a little bit to get it all lined up and figured out, and it's going to be individually. I think they're going to be able to pin all of them to this. This is family, love, happiness, achievement, accomplishment. For her, that's what her kids were. She loved her kids. She loved her family, and that's really all she wanted was family. And I do feel like they were her main concern, her kids. And I feel like she was going to get that. I feel like she was going to get custody of her kids. So, do I feel like she's near water? I do. Let's see. I don't really know a lot about the landscape of Connecticut because I've never been there and I've never looked it up. But I don't feel she's in water. I feel she's very near water. Kind of out. Like, I don't know how vast their, like, wooded areas are, but it's not like a lot of woods. It's like an open area, but it's near water. So kind of like this area, you know, how you see water and then you see rocks and not like a lot of trees. Kind of like an area like that, I feel like she's in. I do feel like eventually they will find where she's at. I do feel that eventually. So with the sun being here, I do think, oh, sorry, can't sit up there. I do think that they will find her. I think it's going to be a matter of time. I do feel like one is going, I do feel like it's going to be one out of the three that are going to tell where she's at. I feel like the other two are going to hold out, but I feel like there's going to be one that is going to tell where she may be, or where she could be, is where she is. But I do feel like he kind of just told her he wanted to talk to her, and she thought it was just him, and then it ended up being the other two, and I feel like they overtook her, and then it ended like that. I feel like he just wanted her out of the way. Money might have had something to do with it, but because I feel like if she'd have got custody, then he would have been paying her child support, and I don't think he wanted to do that. But I do feel like it's going to be a little bit, but I do feel like one of the three, I do feel like it's three people, but I feel like one of the three is going to be the one to tell where she's at. So hopefully they will find her for peace for her family and her children and her friends that were wonderful enough to report her missing. Had they not done that, this may be a whole different case later on down the road. You know, the evidence might not be there that they have now. So thank you for watching and subscribing, and y'all have a great day. Love, light, and bless me.